Hello guys, this is teacher Jessica, and today I'll be talking about section 6 of saber. That is really important for you to know about this section because when you're about to take this exam, and you need to know what you have to do, what type of comprehension you need in this part. So in this way, you are going to need the inferential comprehension, that is infer. Inferential comprehension is the ability to process written information and understand the underlying meaning of the text. In other words, it is the ability to understand things that are not so obvious in the text. In this case, the reader needs to take into account his or her previous experiences in order to gain a deeper understanding on the topic, on the text. Yes. Let me show you an example of questions. We have this sentence: the black cat is waiting at the front door. The inferential question is, why is the cat waiting at the front door? Well, in this case, you're not going to find the literal answer, but you have to infer why is the cat waiting there. Because it might be waiting to be fed. That is one possible option. Yes, you have to infer that option. Other examples of questions are, how was Sally feeling at the football game? And where do you think they are going next? Yes, maybe the information is not there, but some tools help you to find the answer. What can you do? What does it require you to do? Well, you need to combine ideas, you need to draw conclusions, you need to interpret and evaluate information, you need to be critical for opinions, and identify author's point of view and attitude. I give you a clue, guys. It is important for you to read the text and find the main idea of the text. That is really, really important because in this way you're going to know more about what you have to answer. Activities. I invite you to propose titles for a text. Infer the meaning of words. This is a strategy that you can do when you don't know a word. You can read the whole sentence or the whole paragraph in order to know the meaning, in order to take into account the context and understand what the text is trying to say. You can deduce the theme of a text, prepare summary. If you think that this is a good strategy for you because you can do a summary, you can better understand, so do it. Provide a different engine, infer logical sequences, and develop proper organizers. That's another important strategy. If you think that by doing organizers, by doing a graphic, you are going to better understand, do it because you can organize the information. You can create a graphic with the important information from the text, and that way you are going to improve. Let me show you an example, but before moving on, another important thing that you can do, read the whole text but slow. Do it slow and try to find the main idea of each paragraph. What is the paragraph trying to say? Why is that information there? How can you infer the answer from certain questions? Well, try to read each paragraph and get the main idea of this one. Yes. Here I'm going to read quickly, but you will have more minutes in the text, in the test, yes, in the exam. The story of Santa Claus began with a kind bishop named Saint Nicholas. He lived during the 4th century in what is now Turkey. He often gave presents to children and poor people in secret. One day he heard about 3 young sisters. They were poor, lived alone, and had nothing to eat. So he climbed up on the roof and dropped 3 bags of gold down the chimney. The legend of this good saying of his generosity grew. Now children believe that Santa Claus lives at the North Pole with his wife and his reindeer. This friendly old man wears a red coat and black boots and has a long white beard. Over the centuries, it has come to be considered magical and a symbol of Christmas time. Let me show you one example of question. A proper title for this reading would be A. Santa Claus and Christmas Beliefs. Well, it is about Santa Claus and what people believe, yes, maybe. Uh, Christmas traditions and Santa Claus stories. Well, it doesn't say a lot about what people do or their traditions in Christmas, so that's why it's not the answer. Traditional stories at Christmas time. Well, it is a story, but it doesn't say that people says this story every single Christmas. Yes, history of and beliefs about Santa Claus. Yes, in this case, we have like a general story or part of the life of Santa Claus and some beliefs about him. Yes, what people believe about this character. So in this case, is him. Another question, according to the reading, this is an account about stories of people at Christmas time, a summary of events about Santa Claus life, a tale about anecdotes of people at Christmas time, and an abstract of Santa Claus and his friends' life. Well, D is not the answer because in this case we're not talking about Santa Claus friends. Yes, we have nothing about this information. I tell about anecdotes of people at Christmas time. We don't talk a lot. We don't see a lot about what people do or their anecdotes in this time. B, a summary of events for Santa Claus life, and and an account about the stories of people at Christmas time. So in this case, we have two possible options, but we have like a summary of Santa Claus life and how people believe that he lives now. So we can say that it is B. So guys, take into account that it is important for you to infer the information, try to read it as slow as you can. Well, don't take like a lot of time, but take enough time in order to understand the events, the main ideas I said before of each paragraph, and that way you are going to better understand. Thank you so much for your attention, and bye.